First of all, to describe the characteristics of the magical towns, we must first describe what it is and what's it made of. Magical towns can be described as a group of populations across the Mexico territory considered representative of the different stages and cultural, both architectonic, of history of this American nation. The first ever program for magical towns was implemented for first time during Vicente Fox government. Right now, as current date, there are around 111 magical towns in the Mexico area. The sector, which is basically the Secretary of Tourism, has a few regulations of what could be a magical town. And these are the next ones. First of all, it has to have a minimum population of around 20,000 living on the town. It won't be further than 200 kilometers from a major touristic destination, and it must have a magical town committee formally constituted. It must have a program of touristical development given at 3-year length, and it must provide both health services and public security services for the upcoming tourists. It also has to have a special and characteristic architecture of giving the era of time in which it was built. And as a main resource, it must empower the attractiveness and the symbolicness of the cultural society of the place it's given.
An example of a magical town is Jalpa de Canoas, located in Guanajuato in the municipality of Purísima del Rincón, 47 minutes from León. Considered a magical town since 2012, the old haciendas and small towns whose peaceful provincial life offer a unique experience. Founded in 1542 by Juan Villaseñor on the occasion of the wedding of its owners in the 1900s, President Porfirio Diaz was invited as best man, and as a wedding gift he gave him 30 years of free electricity, being the first hacienda with electricity. It is said that during the Guerra Cristera its heritage was reduced. By the end of the 19th century, La Hacienda de Jalpa was one of the most prosperous. It had 70,000 hectares with engineering systems for dams and canals and a modern windmill. Due to its fertile soil, it became one of the main food producers, for which he was also known as El Granero de México. In the ex Hacienda de Cañada de Negros, main activities are lake, zipline, and kayak. Summer harvests are a family event in orchards, walnut trees, wheat fields, and vineyards. La Nogalera, known as largest, houses more than 1,000 walnut trees. Also, cecina enchiladas, walnut mole or caldo de zorra, which is a traditional broth made of xoconostle, ancho chili, onion, tomato, and cilantro. And its emblematic heritage, its Templo del Señor de la Misericordia stands out, a magnificent church built of red brick and decorated in a neo-Gothic style, whose construction ended in 1908.
It is a famous place where Cuauhtémoc, the last Tlatoani of Aztec Empire, was born and died. His remains are found in his little town, and it is the main attraction. For this, you must go to the Temple of Santa María de la Asunción, his last resting place. The place has an archaeological zone, which was a ceremonial center whose main temple is dedicated to Quetzalcoatl. It is said that in his heyday, this site was a very important producer of cotton. Near Ixtateopan, you will also find abundant nature, and is surrounded by forests of pines, oaks, and cedars. Also, it has an 80-meter waterfall known as Cacatanango. In a town of red roofs and white houses, marble walls and streets, there are aromas coming out of the windows of the different homes, green and green malls, accompanied by pork, chicken, or turkey. And what about the bean temples? Tamales called nejos and the barbecue wrapped in avocado leaves, a whole tradition of this city.